So Group B, England, Iran, USA and Wales. Kevin, do Wales come out of the group?
I think they can. I think they have shown in major tournaments before that they can perform, and that they have that cohesion. But, you know, let's be honest about it, it hinges on Gareth Bale, I think, to a certain extent. He's proven at club level still, with that goal in the MLS final, that he can still turn a big game with a trophy on the line. And I think if he stays fit and performs, I think they've got every chance, because the USA, there are a lot of question marks about them. We know they've got
They're
quality.
A young team, right?
They're a young side. I would worry about them at the back. I think there are gaps there. And Pulisic is not playing particularly well for Chelsea. I think that's fair to say. Yeah, when he does play at all. And so Weston McKennie's been in and out for Juventus, and they haven't had the best of seasons anyway. So I think they are beatable.
So it's a great chance for the Welsh.
I think they've got an opportunity. I think they'd look at that group and think that there's certainly a chance of going through.
Do you think Wales can come out of the group, Martin?
I think the USA are an emerging nation, Jim, in football terms. It's a massive, growing country. Harrison, they play football at 100 miles an hour. I've had a little look at some of the games in the prep. They're developing and getting better all the time. I think the USA is probably going to come second in this group. Now, I'm asking Kevin, we're on this show to put our neck on the line. I'm hearing a lot ifs, maybes and possibilities. I can see all sorts of algorithms in your workings out. I prefer to use, Jim, one of the
Daily Star wall chart.
He's got
the wall chart. Just fill it all in, and we also come to maybe similar views. Yeah. But I'm going to say, I think Iran will come bottom of this group. I think England will come top. I think the USA will come second, and I think the Welsh will come third. I think it's a step too far for Aaron Ramsey and Gareth Bale. I think, and Gareth Bale, everything he does, if he proves me wrong, I'd be delighted. I love watching him play. Even recently, he got in this equaliser he got out in the MLS.
What kind of team are the USA? I mean, Greg Berhalter used to play for me at Crystal Palace. Has gone in there as their coach. What kind of team are the USA? Are they a defensive-minded side? Are they an ambitious and expansive side? Do they resemble the side that got a draw against England a few years ago? Where have they gone on their journey?
I think told you to prove you weren't listening. They play at 100 miles an hour.
They do play. They try to play
physical. I hesitate to tune out when you talk. That's why
they do try and play in a physical way. High tempo.
Tell Sam again, Kevin. Thanks.
Put the opposition under pressure, but I just wonder. Aronson, I think, is a great shout, because I think he's a really good player. And he's used to playing that style, of course, for Leeds. But I just think they might be a bit open. Their qualification was really underwhelming. And
do they play the same way against superior opposition? Probably was the better phrasing of the question, because they're playing against England that will be a side that will expect to beat the USA. Would they be more defensive minded against that, or will they be a bit more ambitious?
I'm not sure they're good enough to be defensive minded. I'm not sure. I look at that team. I'm not sure it's the type of team that could dig in and hope to squeeze out a result. I think they're going to have to play on the front foot, as Martin says, play with energy.
Aware of
Do you go England and Wales coming out of it, Kev?
I think Wales could. Yeah, all right. Seeing as we're being bold, I'll say Wales can finish second.
Yeah, we're not having that from you.
So Kevin's
Daily Star.
That's a difference of opinion, but I admire that, and he might well be right. I hope they
thanks
are.
Very much.
First time they've been in a World Cup since 1958, by the way.
Okay,
Wales. So well
is that
done
what
to
your
them.
wall chart's telling you? Group C: Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. Argentina. I tell you what, Kevin. I was down at Brighton at the weekend. Spoke to Alexis McAllister, who's now joined up with Messi and the rest in the Argentinian squad, and he says, "You bet we're motivated."
I feel really good, and I think it's an amazing challenge for all of us to play a World Cup, to represent Argentina, a big country, to play with Messi, the biggest player in the world. So for us, it's a big challenge, and we will try to, of course, win it, because we know how much Messi deserves it.
Kevin, is it written in the stars? Messi's last tournament, and they win it.
Well, I think winning that Copa America against Brazil in Brazil was massive for them, because it's released a little bit of pressure. They've shown they can win a tournament, and they haven't lost for over 3 years. So it's been an incredible run. Scaloni has surprised a lot of people, stepped up from within to take the job to replace Sampaoli. And Messi's form this season so much better than last season. That's understandable. Had that big move to Paris, a move that he didn't anticipate, and a move that in some ways he didn't want to make. He wanted to stay at Barcelona. He made that quite plain. But this season, much, much better. You look at the production, 7 goals, 10 assists in 13 games in Liga, 4 goals, 4 assists in the Champions League. He seems much more at peace with himself. We've got those old free kicks going, so he's banging them into the top corner. Yeah. Some outrageous assists. He's dovetailed really well with Neymar and with Mbappe at club level. And there are players around him that in that Argentinian team who can do really well. Lautaro Martinez, if he's on a hot streak, can do really well. I really like Julian Alvarez as well.
Messi says some nice things about him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So, Mike, what's your world chart
Well,
telling
I'm just
you
thinking, Kevin, do you think they'll get to a semi-final and they play Brazil potentially in a... Your algorithm's telling you that?
That could well come down to it. It could be the semi-final between Brazil and Argentina.
And who's going to win that?
Well, I think Brazil will win the tournament.
I agree.
I think Brazil will win the tournament.
Right, okay. Argentina to go close?
Yeah.
Argentina to win this group, though?
Yes, I think they will. I think you look at that group. Poland have individual quality. We know how well Lewandowski's played for Barcelona this season. Zielinski's been ever so good for Napoli in Serie A. And they're top at the moment, of course, of Serie A and going really well. And he's played well in the Champions League too. But there are problems defensively. Jan Bednarek, for example, hasn't played a huge amount. Kamil Glik is not the quickest anyway. Matty Cash, of course. And that's a great story, actually.
Yeah,
and he's but again, somebody who's maybe better on the front foot than defensively.
So give me your two then, Kev. Argentina and?
Well, I think Argentina and Poland... People who know Mexico a lot better than me are saying this Mexican team is not as good as Mexican teams gone by. There's a big worry about Raul Jimenez as well.